Hi guys, welcome to this video. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Jay. Wherever you are on your life journey, I hope you're finding peace. I thought I'll just, while I'm driving, a few thoughts have come to my mind. What is a Christian? And what defines being a Christian? And there's so many types of Christians, isn't there? When you really think of it, well, it should be broken down. A Christian is a Christ follower. It's in the name. Christian has Christ in it. Christian is a Christ follower. But there are so many different types of Christians, isn't there? There's hundreds of denominations and churches. What makes a Christian evangelical? What makes a progressive Christian? When you ask most Christians, particularly the conservative and the fundamentalist Christians, what makes a Christian? What does a Christian do? They seem to emphasize a Christian believes in the death and resurrection of Jesus, and a Christian's mission is to save souls, convert people to Christianity. That seems to be the core belief and the core driving force for most of Christianity, is to convert people. But in the progressive Christian movement, it is a bit different. It's not the driving force of the progressive Christian faith is not to convert people to Christianity. It's not to save souls because they believe in a hell and you're going to hell unless you accept Jesus died on the cross for you. Progressive Christians have a different understanding of Christianity. What makes a progressive Christian? I think if you ask most progressive Christians, they would probably be more focused on love God and love your neighbour. And I know in the progressive Christian movement, it's more about making this world a better place. The Great Commission, or the Great Commandment, love God and love your neighbour as you love yourself. I think progressive Christians focus more on that. And then they have this focus on making the world a better place by looking after the poor, by caring for those in need. There's no real focus in the progressive Christian movement to save souls, because most progressive Christians don't believe the story of Adam and Eve and the fall as a literal story. And Adam and Eve sinned by eating the forbidden fruit, and that sin went into the world, and we're all sinners because of Adam and Eve. And because we have sin, we're all going to hell. Except if you believe in Jesus Christ, who died for you, then you are saved from hell. You are saved from sin. Most progressives don't believe that. They don't believe Adam and Eve brought sin into the world and then there's this divide between God and humanity. most progressive Christians, they view the Adam and Eve story as a myth, as a story, just like most religious systems have a origin story. So there's no focus on saving souls, converting people to Christianity and then saving them. There's a different focus. The focus is more about transformation of yourself. And I have spoken about this in other videos on this podcast. But yes, progressive Christians believe what Jesus' message was predominantly about was not this atonement, that we have to be atoned to be reconnected to God. We have to be atoned. Most progressive Christians don't believe that we have to be atoned because there's no fall. We don't believe in the Adam and Eve story. So there's a focus when we look at Jesus and Jesus' teachings and what Jesus was all about. Predominantly his teachings were about transformation of yourself, which is being born again. You transform yourself, you work on yourself. And I have spoken about in other videos, body, mind and soul. When you work on yourself, your own being, your body, your mind and your soul, you're working on yourself. You're making yourself better, a more healthier being, in wellness, in well-being, and also working on yourself, being born again into a new person, into a Christ-like person, having the Christ consciousness, the universal Christ consciousness come into you and change you. Then that will transform you into a different person, from a worldly person into a spiritual Christ-like person. That's transformation of yourself. And then transformation of the world is making this world heaven on earth, the kingdom of heaven on earth. How do you do that? By loving your neighbor, by caring for the sick and the vulnerable, and I was naked, did you clothe me? I was hungry, did you feed me? By doing that to others, helping others, you're helping the world. You're making the world transform into a better place. So progressive Christians have a focus on transformation, transforming yourself and transforming the world, because progressive Christians believe that was the core message of Jesus, not atoning of sins and converting people to be Christian. But progressive Christians believe the focus of Jesus is transformation. So most of Christianity, their focus is this converting people to Christianity and saving souls. But in progressive Christianity, the predominant driving force, core of progressive Christianity is about transformation, transforming yourself and transforming the world. Now, I have spoken about this in other videos and gone more into depth about it and everything. But I thought while I'm driving, it's just been on my mind, you know. And if you're happen to be lately a new progressive Christian, learning about progressive Christianity, you're on the path of finding your faith, finding yourself, and you're leaning more towards a progressive understanding of faith, then that what I just explained is pretty much the core of progressivism, is to progress in new understanding of faith, new understanding of God, new understanding of ourselves and our place in the world, our place in the universe. And a big part of that understanding is to understand that we are to be transformed into a fresh, into a new, and transform this world as well. That is the core of the progressive movement. Just thought I'd say it because it was on my mind. So wherever you are on your life journey, I hope you're finding peace. Check out other progressive Christian leaders, Marcus Borg, John Shelby Spong, Richard Rohr. They're great resources of the progressive movement. Well, take care. If you haven't liked my podcast yet, please like my podcast and follow my podcast. But for now, wherever you are in life's journey, I hope you're getting peace. Over and out.